there's an incredible cosmic show happening. The Comet ISON has come alive now, and the Geminid Meteor Shower will be visible in mid-December. Here to tell us more is Daryl Taylor, a physics and astronomy teacher at Greenwich High School and a WX Edge contributor. Welcome to the show. It's nice to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right, let's start with the basics. The difference between comets and asteroids.
Nothing.
They're the same?
No, there's a huge difference. They both orbit the sun, just like planets do, except they have very elongated orbits. They go far, far away and then swing in close to the sun. The main difference is their chemical composition. Asteroids are the planet killers.
Okay.
The like Armageddon.
Like in the movies,
you need
right.
Bruce Willis to go save the world. They're usually rocks, iron core rocks. The comet, on the other hand, comes from so far away it's all ice, with pebbles and gravel and some rocks thrown in. So basically, a comet is described as a dirty snowball.
That's okay.
And
layman's
if
terms,
a
I get
comet
it.
and an asteroid hit, the comet would disintegrate.
So why are we able to see the tail of the comet?
Well, the tail, actually, any image you see of ISON right now, the tail itself right now is about 100 million miles long. Wow. It's absolutely incredible. What causes the tail is until a comet gets close to the sun, there's no visible tail at all. It just looks like a rock, any other normal thing. But once it gets close to the sun, there's solar wind hitting it. All that is high energy particles, and it melts the ice. And most of the ice is carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and ammonia, a little bit of water ice mixed in there. Mm-hmm. But when that heats up, what happens is it sublimates. It goes from a solid immediately to a gas. It expands drastically.
And that's what we're going to be able to see?
Yes. Yeah, we see the tail. You really can never see, actually, the comet itself.
Okay. And we mentioned there's going to be a meteor shower somewhere around the 14th of December.
Yeah, it's the best one of the year.
Oh, that's great. What
Yes.
actually causes the shooting stars, the meteors?
Well, the meteor showers are always caused either by comet tails or asteroid dust. As the comet goes through our area, if it crosses the Earth's orbit, it leaves behind all this debris. Mm-hmm. All it is ice crystals and little dust particles. And then when the Earth smashes into those, because the Earth in its own orbit goes 31,000 meters per second, as it crashes in, it's sort of like a car driving through bugs.
Ah, and that's what we're seeing.
And that's what we're
pretty shooting stars.
Seeing. Yeah, and we see these little streaks, and all they are little tiny particles.
All right, so let's talk about Comet ISON. We might be able to see it. It could take a turn, though, right? It gets pretty close to the sun.
It could take a turn for the worse. We're all keeping our fingers crossed, yes.
But right now, the graphic we have up there is the dates.
It's been visible, for naked eye visible, for the last 2 weeks. Right now, it's going to be very, very difficult to see it because it is so close to the sun. Right today, it's only about 20 million miles from the sun. It's actually diving straight in, and it'll take a quick bend around. That graphic, you can see basically that's roughly where it is right now. You'll notice the tail is always pointing away from the sun. That's not the path it followed. Those are just particles being blown off by the sun.
And how come we've been able to see it for so long?
Well, the ISON is very, very special. It has what's called an open hyperbolic orbit. It's not a closed orbit. So ISON came in from somewhere far, far away. And all the planets, what's interesting about this one is all the planets orbit on a plane, a flat surface. ISON came in above that plane. It's now under us, and it's going to make a turn right around the sun and then go back.
Wow.
But it's an open curve, and here's the Earth, and after it goes past the sun, it's going to be above us. So above us means northern hemisphere. So we are going to be able to see it until it disappears past Mars's orbit, which is through actually the middle of January.
And probably without a telescope, right?
It'll be naked eye visible from approximately December 6th, roughly right around there, until the middle of January. You won't need a telescope to see it.
That's fascinating stuff.
And that's if it survives that little path that it has toward the sun.
All right, let's talk again about the meteor shower. We know the peak you said is the 14th. We might catch it a little bit before then.
Yes.
Is there someplace we should look in the sky?
Yeah, it's actually toward Gemini, the constellation. That's why it's called the Geminids. Meteor showers are always
sense.
meteor showers are always called the name of the constellation where it looks like they're coming. They aren't coming from there. We are headed towards that. So we're headed towards Gemini. Basically what it is, if you're just looking outside, it is sort of northeast and about 30 or 40 degrees above the horizon. So if you know where north and east is, you
just look up. You're
just
good.
lay out on a lawn chair, have a hot beverage ready because it's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold, right?
Yeah, it peaks Friday the 14th and Saturday the 15th, but it'll be there will be meteor streaks for about a 2-week period right around there.
That's great.
Yeah.
Daryl Taylor, thank you so much for all the information. And of course, you could find it some more at wxedge.com. We knew you were a contributor. You wrote a couple articles for us, right?
Yes.
Very
There's
good.
a new article on there about ISON right now.
We'll look for it there. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
All right, stay with us. More Connecticut Style after the break. We'll be right back.